Elon Musk and reject bad politics like CRT and global home. What? What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you another episode of my wildly unpopular Pokemon series, Fake Leak Theater. Alright, so another episode of Fake Leak Theater here today, and this one's going to be a pretty interesting one because we have one leak that looks pretty convincing. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of Lechonk superiority, you know what I'm saying? Another leak that's been floating around for a while. I don't think it's real, but it's just absurd enough for me to want to talk about it. Then, of course, we have a 4chan dump that actually mentions the actual release date of November 18th, but it came out back in May, though. So, should be pretty interesting. Of course, if you like videos like this, you want to continue getting videos like this from me, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button to do all that stuff that YouTube requires you to do. And continue getting videos from me. You can check out my second channel, the Loot Box Hero, where I'm covering all the Overwatch stuff that just went down today. And I might cover the Final Fantasy stuff too, depending on if it's really interesting or not. But yeah, let's get on into these leaks though. Alright, so let's get in here with these leaks. So first off, we start off with a little bit of Lechonk superiority. So Lechonk, for some reason Lechonk has got a huge following now. And so now, of course, somebody has made an evolution for Lechonk. It actually looks pretty interesting. Like, it's got like this yellow band that goes from one eye, like where his, like, you know, where the yellow eye stuff was, and it goes around his body, and it has like these little tassels. I mean, that looks pretty cool. Oh, that looks pretty cool. This looks more like a middle evolution than a final evolution. I don't know if Lechonk will have two evolutions. To me, it feels like Lechonk is one of those, like, normal types that is kind of like your Rattata. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's got like one evolution. It's Rattata and Raticate. It's Lechonk and Lechonk, but bigger. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what we're going to get here. But this feels really like it's a middle evolution. But it does look pretty cool though. I mean, as far as what type this could be, I mean, Lechonk is a normal type. This could be normal electric. I mean, because of course, usually yellow indicates that, you know, electric. You know what I'm saying? Normal electric would be good, but there's no indication as with this Pokemon from what we know about it that it's going to be an electric Pokemon. Usually there's a clue or a hint in there, not to mention like Paulie or whatever the other Pokemon is that Nomura has. Hers is going to be electric, so it'll be kind of crazy for both of them to end up being electric. It could be normal ground. I mean, I think we have I think Diggersby is normal ground, so you know, we already have a normal ground type, but I mean, a pig is a ground type. It kind of goes hand in hand, you know. It could be dark type because it's black. You know, a little bit of racism in there. You know, it could be dark type, or it could be fighting. I'm thinking it's gonna be normal fighting because they did say that Lechonk looks like fat, but he's muscle. So I mean, like solid muscle. So he could evolve into like some kind of swole ass pig. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't fat, I'm muscles. You know what I'm saying? It could be something to that extent. So it could be normal fighting. This design looks good. It looks more like a middle evolution to me than it does a final. Because I don't think that Lechonk's gonna evolve twice. So whatever he evolved into is gonna be his final. I think this is fake though. I mean, mainly because look at the little things that they. This does not look like the website looks. You know what I'm saying? Like the design of the little things that go around the character doesn't look the same. Not to mention It's another one of these. I took a picture of my screen with my phone. Like, every operation system has an option for you to take a screenshot. The snipper tool is built into Windows. There is no excuse for this, people. So then we ran across this thing. This thing does not look like a Pokemon. Alright, this looks like something that you would make a deal with in a Magical Girl show, and it eventually claims your soul. That's what it looks like. Alright, I was like, who designed this? This is definitely not a Pokemon, bro. But, you know, I kind of figured it wasn't a Pokemon, but I was like, I will put this in the show anyway, because this thing looks freaky, man. Look at this thing, man. This thing is nightmare fuel, bro. Get out of here, man. You know, if it is a Pokemon, I'm definitely saying it's going to be Fairy Psychic type. You know what I'm saying? Fairy Psychic looks about right for this thing. Mainly because, of course, pink usually indicates those two typings, Fairy or Psychic. Even though this is definitely fake, though. You know what I'm saying? And then we have the last little bit here. We have another 4chan information dump. This one's got some interesting stuff in it. So supposedly this one was from May 23rd, and it basically talks about the release date. It talks about a lot of other stuff. So it says it's going to release on the 18th of November 2022. 90 plus new Pokemon, which as expected. Legends are based off of time periods. Okay. Story focus. Okay. Open world, but less open than you think. Now this right here is kind of expected. Because, I mean, even though Game Freak are saying open world, I'm definitely have some apprehensions. I do believe there's going to be some restrictions on here. Some kind of way. Even if they're like natural restrictions, like, oh, it's not an invisible wall, but it's a tree that you can't cut. Or it's a sleeping Pokemon on the bridge, or there's like a avalanche that, you know what I'm saying, has to be cleared or something. That's going to restrict you from going to certain places on the map. Which honestly is a good idea, because it is open. It's just that, oh, well, this thing happened. You can't get past it until they fix it. You know, kind of like how Grand Theft Auto used to do. I think it was Grand Theft Auto 4, where the place was open, but you couldn't go across the bridge. For some reason, it was like bridge maintenance or something. And then if you crossed the bridge before you got to that story point, you got like 2-3 stars, and you had to run from the police, and they would kill you and stuff. Like something like that, you know, just without the violent murder. You don't be murdering children in a Pokemon game. Legendary trio with a big story relevance. Hint, PPF. So I'm guessing PPF stands for past, present, future. So it will be interesting if the third legendary represents the present. I mean, because Miraidon represents the future and Koraidon represents the past. So I can definitely see whatever the third legendary represents the future. Represents the present, sorry. The first half of the game is purely story focused. You're a student of a high rank academy. You meet important characters there for the first time, okay? Mechanics. Time traveling mechanics similar to Majora's Mask. The region has a 24-hour timeline where you can travel to different states of the region. I don't know about that one there, buddy. This feature, though, is available later on in the story. So basically, you can travel to different parts. You can travel to different parts of the region at different times. So like one city in the region, you can go to that city in the present, or either you can go to there in the future or in the past, which is interesting, but I think it would also be confusing. I don't think they would do that. I think more than likely one game is going to reference the past and the other one's going to reference the future as a way to have differences between the games. I don't think you'll be time traveling in the game. At least not maybe until not until near the end of the actual story, you know. Gym leader battles still exist, but handled a bit differently. Okay. The Elite Four is back. Okay. Gimmick is a quick time event for special techniques such as temporal type change or changing moves once. Effect depends on the whole item. I don't know about quick time events, bro. That don't sound appealing to me at all. I mean, I'm cool with quick time events in like Resident Evil or something like that. But you want to put quick time events in Pokemon in the battles? Like maybe in the story, like when you're in the overworld or something. But like I don't want to be battling and then have to like start button mashing. You know what I'm saying? Like no, I think that the battles really should be about the strategy. You know, that you use with your Pokemon more than, oh, let me mash this button. Like no, man, I don't know about that one. And as far as temporal type change, temporal is time based. So time based, like, does that mean it's a temporary time change? Like, I mean, type change, like it only works for like 3 turns, like, you know, Dynamaxing or whatever, or I don't know. That sounds a little bit suspicious. Many optical differences in characters, cities, and etc. This is expected because again, I believe that the game is going to be 2 different time periods, past and present. You know, and past and future. Sorry. Scarlet and Violet theme will be progress versus tradition. Now that is expected, especially after seeing the legends. Moral of the story will be that neither tradition nor progress are good on their own merits, but rather progress must keep tradition in mind and vice versa. This will teach kids today to embrace good progress like neo-lib politics and revolutionary philanthropes like Elon Musk, and reject bad politics like CRT and global home. What? Are we looking at potentially the most base Pokemon game ever? Okay, I think that last part is a joke. That's kind of hilarious. This will teach kids to embrace good progress like neo-lib politics and revolutionary philanthropes like Elon Musk. You know, I don't talk politics a lot, but I mean, neo-libs aren't that bad, alright? You know what I'm saying? Personally, I think moderacy is good, at least in this day and age when it comes to politics. I mean, because everything is getting more and more extreme. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, conservatism. Like, if you're a conservative nowadays and you're not like a hardcore Trumper, you are like freaking. If you're, I don't know, you're almost a rhino if you're just conservative and you're not a Trumper. The same way, you know, if you're not a progressive, you're like a daggone fascist or something. So it's like everything is getting more extreme. So I think moderacy is good. Neo-libs are relatively moderate. They're liberals, but they're not uber progressives. They're not into the crazy woke stuff. So, I mean, I guess that's a good thing. I never thought I would be talking about CRT and globalism in a Pokemon video. That's new. So that's about it. So what do you think? Do you think the next Pokemon game is gonna be a strike against the globalists and the proletariat, or is it gonna be like you know, what do you think is gonna happen? Are we gonna have time travel? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that the time traveling thing is gonna be a thing. I think that's fake. But it is an interesting idea though. So that's about it for this one. I got another Fire Emblem video coming up today. Also, I'm going to work on the Overwatch 2 stuff on my second channel, the Loot Box Hero. So come and check that out as well. Tomorrow, I will be back to streaming. Friday Night Fight Night is coming back. So that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.